The players are throwing the towel in. We were promised heavy metal football. All I've seen is death metal football. They've seen enough. The Southampton fans are going home. As Mitoma goes through, will he score? It will be 3-0. Oh, it is 3-0. We're back on the Football Martin channel for a match day vlog. It's Brighton and Hove Albion who make the visit to St Mary's today, a place that they've done very well in recent years. They have not lost a Premier League game here against Southampton. They've drawn 2 and won 2. And Mitoma, he scored probably goal of the season last week. It was absolutely brilliant. I'm really looking forward to seeing Brighton today. But Southampton have lost their last 7 league games at St Mary's consecutively. Only 3 teams in the Premier League's history have done that 8 times in a row. Southampton could join that club today if they don't find a victory. I'm with Dad. He's a bit of a hit on the channel now. Everyone's enjoying your input on the Football Martin channel. Thanks for joining us. We're sat outside St Mary's Church, where the football club was actually founded. Got a couple of little quiz questions for you today, something slightly different. We spoke about the game yesterday, so we'll talk a little bit more about the game in a minute. Right, quiz question. This Southampton shirt that I'm going to pop up on the screen now, who does it remind you of? Saints are just re-releasing this one.
James Beattie.
Yeah, Steaua Bucharest, was it? We played. How many times did we actually wear that shirt?
Twice. It was a European exclusive that the own brand did, which we stocked in our shop, actually. Yeah. It's a really real icon shirt now.
James McLaughlin, heavily involved in that, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. It was really good times. We were quite involved with the club back then, and that shirt's a real standout memory. Yeah,
James McLaughlin, if you're tuning in, I'm going to tag you. You did some unbelievable Southampton shirts, some of the best ones, actually. And let's have a look at that team photo and some of the players that played in that team. Michael Svensson in there, Anders Svensson, Kevin Phillips, James Beattie, Jason Dodd, Higginbottom in there. What a goalkeeper. Anthony
Naimi, yeah. Unbelievable. And Klaus as well.
Paul Taufer.
Yeah, they were a great side.
And Rory Delap as well. His son doing very well in the Premier League right now. Right, love a little bit of a quiz. I said there was going to be a bit of a quiz on here. Right, he's got no idea what's coming his way, but I want him to name me 5 players that have played for both Southampton and Brighton.
Jack Stevens.
No, I don't think he has. Hold on.
I thought he might have played on loan.
No, Jack Stevens, no.
Okay.
Right. 5 players.
Wayne Bridge, Adam Lallana, Dan Harding.
Oh, Dan Harding, that's a good question.
Dean Hammond.
Yeah.
And Forlon.
There is a former Southampton captain that played for both clubs.
Jimmy Case.
No. Played in the 90s, Letizier's era. Played right back.
Jason Dodd?
Yeah, Jason Dodd's played for both clubs. I didn't realise that.
Jimmy Case played for
Jimmy, did he?
Yeah,
Jimmy Case, not on this list, but there's a goalkeeper that played for both clubs as well. See if you can get that one before he answers it. It's quite a tough one. Played in the 90s, around the time Letizier was in some good form. Not the best goalkeeper we've ever had.
Blaney?
No. Give you a clue. Around the Grobbler time. I think he was in the squad around the Grobbler time. He had a lot of ricks in him, to be fair. I remember a few against Liverpool one year. Southampton were wearing a pony goalkeeping kit. It was green. They'd either wear a green one or a yellow one.
I'm thinking Tommy Forecaster, but...
No, Dave Besson. Dave Besson's played for both clubs. He wasn't a very good goalkeeper, was he, Dave Besson?
He was all right. He won an FA Cup with Wimbledon. He was all right.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Right. We're going to head to St Mary's very quickly. Few thoughts on this one. We spoke yesterday when we did our podcast. You're not feeling too positive. Brighton and Hove Albion have never lost at St Mary's in the Premier League. They've 4 games drawn in the last 4. Drawn 2 and won 2.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really difficult, isn't it? If we start off with the way we did last Saturday, then it's going to be horrendous. I can't see much hope, really.
actually going to say it's a Brighton win for me. They're in great form, and we've just got no confidence. I'm probably going to say a 3-0 loss.
Yeah,
which
I think you'd be right.
It's awful. It's horrible.
What about you? What's your feeling?
Probably going to lose, but I've got to say we need a win. Southampton 2-1.
I saw your post or your video the other day about actually the things to be proud of this season.
Yeah, the 5
one
positives.
of them. Yeah,
it's the number one thing, isn't it? Yeah.
They've been there, rain or mostly
make sure
rain.
you go check that video out. The 5 positives of the season I had to find.
Definitely.
Thanks for mentioning that.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, no, we need something. We need something. So let's hope the team can produce. You never know.
Yeah, what's been your top positive of the season? If you could pick one out.
Blimey. Probably Fernandes for me. Tyler Diblin's obviously quality, but he's still a young lad. Got a long way to go, but for me, Fernandes looks like a proper Premiership player to me.
It was beautiful a minute ago.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this one?
2-1 Saints.
Who's your goal scorers?
James Free for both.
The Saints have never beaten Brighton Hove Albion here in the Premier League. Do you think that they can break that duck today?
No, I think we've absolutely no chance whatsoever. The normal form is to play quite well for the first 10 minutes and then let a stupid goal in, and then it will go sort of pear-shaped from there. So that's normal form. It'll be a real surprise if something other than that happens.
Chloe, give me your thoughts on today's game, Brighton Hove Albion. We went down to the Amex, didn't we, back in November. Russell Martin was the manager back then. Good second half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was actually a decent game, to be fair. Getting the point there was really good. But yeah, it was just terrible getting there though.
Yeah, it was terrible getting there. And no issues getting to St Mary's today. It's nice and warm. What's your score prediction in this one? How do you feel it's going to unravel?
Don't know.
So it's going to win? We've never beaten Brighton Hove Albion. I've said this loads of times on the vlog already, but we've never beaten Brighton Hove Albion in the Premier League at St Mary's.
Well, it depends on the lineup in there. But I'm hoping for a win, but I don't think I...
Right, and with a Brighton fan, first Brighton fan of the day, score prediction today?
2-1 to us.
2-1 Brighton. Who do we need to look out for, Southampton fans? 2 Southampton fans new to the Football Martin channel. Thank you for coming on. First and foremost, thoughts on today's game. Score prediction?
Close. I hope a 3-2 win to Saints, but 2-2, I'll take a draw.
I'd say 2-1 maybe, hopefully.
Mitoma's playing well, isn't he?
Mitoma's playing very well at the moment, yeah. I don't know, they're all playing pretty well the last...
The goal he scored last weekend, how good was that, by the way?
It was amazing, wasn't it? Yeah. I'd like to see Solly March come back as well today. That would be nice.
We go 3-0 Brighton.
Who's scoring your goals?
Mitoma with a couple, and then we go Minte as well.
Minte's a good player, isn't he? What about yourself?
Going to go 4-0. Minte, Brace, Jorginho and Mitoma again.
I'm with a YouTube and TikTok legend. Luke, thank you very much for joining me on the Football Martin channel.
Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be on this channel. I've seen you, Martin, on the old TikTok, and it's an absolute pleasure to bump into you today.
Yeah, mate, you're growing rapidly quick, doing some great stuff. Brighton, it's been an in and out season, but you had a brilliant European tour a year or so ago. Do you think you can get back into Europe this year? Do you think Europe's realistic?
I think it's realistic if we win today, Martin. You know, we're going to 8th place today, and I think it's a big game for us. Last game we had against you guys in November, we didn't secure that 3 points that maybe we could have done.
They never really got going, did they?
We never did. But Tyler Diblin, though, what a player! Can I just say, I've got to mention him. Great player, and he was so good in November. So I'm hoping he's got to be that good again today. Yeah. But yeah, you know what? European football, it could be on the table again, maybe. We'll see.
New manager this year. What's the major differences between the manager? Is it a different style of football? Because he kind of promised a bit more of a high-energy football, didn't he?
I mean, yeah, it is different football. At the start, he didn't want to change things too much. He wanted to keep things as it was with De Zerbi. He liked how De Zerbi played.
Were you disappointed that De Zerbi went?
Very, actually. You know, just because of how well he's done for us. It's... You know, getting rid of a manager that does well feels weird. It doesn't feel comfortable. And you always second thoughts on a 31-year-old coming in. You don't know.
He's a young manager, isn't he?
Yeah, 32 now. But yeah, it was a bit dodgy. You know, coming in with a 32-year-old and someone going out the door who got us to Europe for the very first time in the whole history felt crazy. But yeah, he's doing better now. He's had some time to get adjusted to the players. We spent 200 mil in the summer, so it's a lot to get adjusted.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to spend. Who's been the standout? The new signings who he's brought in?
Jorginho. Jorginho Ruta for me, from Leeds. Absolutely incredible, absolute star in the making as well. So comfortable on the ball. You can see he's settled in so well. But Carlos Balíba's a big shout as well.
I like Balíba. When I've seen Balíba play, that's really good.
Yeah, well,
like another Casado, do you think?
I think better. Yeah. You know, I think better, more consistent, especially nowadays anyway. But yeah, Balíba, Carlos Balíba, brilliant.
Yeah. How do you see today unfolding? Southampton really struggling. Lost the last 7 games consecutively here in the league. Only 3 other teams have lost 8 consecutive home games. Southampton don't win today. That's what will happen. You've never lost here in the Premier League neither.
Well, the thing is, look, Martin, we don't do too well against the teams that maybe we should do well against. Yeah. And that's where it worries me a little bit. And these stats that you're telling me right now may put a little bit more pressure on them. So I don't know. I hope for a win today. I think it is a must win today. Considering what we've done against Chelsea, done them twice in a week. It's crazy. So I think today it's got to be a win. You know, we haven't travelled far, so we can't complain about being tired on the travel.
The last away day was Forest. I'm sorry to bring that up, but did you go?
I did go. Yeah. It was
what happened? What went wrong?
Lots went wrong. You know, I think the whole team, you know, was completely wrong. Tactic-wise, it was wrong. Leaving Jack Hinchelwood on his own to defend, you know, in midfield when he's hardly played all season was wrong. There was lots that was wrong with that game, but I think also
he learned from that one in big time.
He's learned from that, you know, and it's clear that he's learned from that. And I also think it was a good thing that he's done that. He's tested it, didn't work, change it again. Yeah. And it did work against Chelsea. So
yeah, it did work against Chelsea. Go check Luke out. I'm going to leave all your channel notes in the show description. So make sure you go and check Luke out. It's got a brilliant channel.
I will just say as well, if you do want to go on, Martin's on my end as well. So you want to go and see an interview with Martin, then you can go over to mine as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's been brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Been brilliant.
Martin,
thank you, mate. Cheers. Thank you. One man scored a brilliant goal last weekend in the Premier League. It will be Premier League goal of the season, won't it? It was unbelievable.
100%. Yeah, that assist from Bart for Bruggen was amazing. That touch from Mitoma was absolutely mint, and then obviously took it down, put it past the Chelsea goalkeeper, and I'd probably say one of the best goals in the Premier League this whole season.
New bodies coming in the door. Who's been the pick for you?
I think Minter's been fantastic. I think, you know,
he looked very good against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think you know we've got Balíba, we've got Balíba, we've got a lot of young talent within the team. It's just having the consistency with them.
Yeah, consistency.
And you know, they have their good days, they have their really bad days.
That's it. I think that 7-0 defeat at Forest has reset the whole pattern.
Just gives everyone a kick, doesn't it? And the managers learned from it, clearly.
The managers learned from it. The players have learned from it. The fans obviously disappointed, quite rightly so. And it was a poor display, but at the end of the day,
we've had multiple of those.
To be quite honest with you, I think that's just made everybody come on. We can be beaten. Any team can beat any team in this league. And today, yes, Southampton's struggling, but I think they'll give Brighton a good game.
Yeah. Score prediction now for today's game?
I think he'll give us a really good game, because I think we do tend to struggle against the teams that are near the bottom of the table. So I think it'll be a tight game, up 3-1.
Going 3-1. What about yourself?
If we start off well and dominate the first 15-20 minutes, I think it might be a hatful of goals, and I think Brighton might win about 3-4-0.
Yeah, that's my fear. That is my fear.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can. Ask me a question. Go for it. Yeah.
What I was going to say was, for Southampton to survive, and it is a big,
99.9% chances of going down now. They will go down.
What do you, as a Southampton supporter, and all your followers want to stay up? How many points do you think is enough for you as a club to stay up in the Premiership?
I think every fan around here is pretty much given up now. I think they're all ready for the Championship. I think most fans want the season over. Not sure the manager is the right man for us. I don't think he is, personally. I just find it very hard to see where we go from here. A massive reset will be needed in the summer, and they need a massive clear out. But off the field as well, they need to be able to get recruitment right. There's a lot to be learnt from Brighton. There's a lot to be learnt from Bournemouth. And we need to sort recruitment out. And it's a massive summer. We will go down, there's no doubt about it.
I discussed the game with a mate who knows his Saints, and I ended up going 2-1 Brighton. But I think that if we come out and give it a go,
there's a chance.
I mean, after
they got
all,
beaten 7-0 on the road last time.
That's the thing. I'm saying Forest have done them, and so why can't we? But
you never know.
But we're not doing anything.
Yeah. One Saints.
Who's your goal scorers?
James Free for both.
it's brilliant play from Rooter. On the clock, and João Pedro scores for Brighton. It's a shambles at the back from Southampton, but it's going to be when you've got Brian and Aribo. They've been an absolute shambles at the back. They're all over the place. Jorginho Reuter is just absolutely destroying them. Mitoma should have scored. João Pedro's been good up front for Brighton. They've just started to get going. They've not really got going till now, but there's been chances. Minter had a chance as well, and he should have scored just before that. It could be 3 up easily before they scored the goal. But it is a shambles at the back. Brilliant. And Aribo playing such a high line. It's quite incredible. It's an absolute shambles. Brighton fans were saying before how good Believer was in midfield for them. He is a great player. Picks up the ball and it goes, skips past two, tries to get Jorginho Reuter in. Doesn't quite come off, but he is a really good player. It's half time here at St Mary's, and I've opened up Flash Score because I wanted to have a little look at the first half statistics. Southampton's XG 0.05, 3 goal attempts, on goal 0, shots off goal 1, block shots 2, but Brighton, their XG 1.33. They've only had 40% of possession compared to Southampton's 60. They've had 7 goal attempts, 3 on goal. They've been pretty tidy, Brighton, to be fair, in this first half. Saints have been well off it. You've heard me talk throughout the vlog of what I thought so far, but the back three is just a waste of time. The manager's getting tactically outdone by a 32-year-old here. He's being outdone by a 32-year-old German. This man-for-man defending is terrible at times. Absolutely dreadful. Giving the ball away sloppy at times, Saints. Ugachuk was having a bad day. Dibbling will get taken off at half-time, I would think. He's been pretty poor this first half. Struggled to get in the game, and when he has, he's just he's run up dead roads, to be honest. Silimana, similar, just run up dead roads, doesn't go anywhere. It's just really, really frustrating to watch. But Brighton are a really class act. 1-2 touch, they're quick on the ball, they're fit, and technically really good. Van Heckel at the back, it really, really solid. Van Heckel and Webster, they haven't had a lot to do really. They've defended really well when they have done, but they've not really been put under any pressure. So much time on the ball. Lamberty, he's got forward a lot. As a fullback, he gets forward and he gets crosses in. A really, really good fullback. But Baliba, for me, has been the best player on the pitch, other than probably Jorginho Ruta, who's been really good. But to be fair, I've got to say, Baliba, what a player, Brighton fan. Cameron Archer does have the ball in the back of the net for Southampton, but it's ruled out for offside. Good ball from Mateus Fernandes. Jorginho Ruta makes it 2-0 at St Mary's. He's been brilliant, Ruta. I said about him at half-time, I thought he was outstanding first half. Well-deserved goal. Plays a lovely 1-2 with Minter. Aribo not strong enough in the challenge. Ramsdale was furious. He got booked for having to go at the referee, but it's game over. It's 2-0. Right, my dad's come down. Here's a spare seat near us. Saints 2-0 down. Give me some thoughts on it.
Midfield, really poor. Diblin playing on the left, not playing well. Total shambles, if I'm honest.
We were promised some heavy metal football. I just said it a minute ago. We promised heavy metal football. It's been death metal, isn't it?
Well, it's more like powder pop, isn't it, really? Just garbage. The final ball, it's just... I've given up hope, really.
Brighton have got some good players, haven't they? They've got some really... I believe has been good in midfield for them, I thought.
Yeah, again, they're fitter, they're quicker, they've got identity. We've got no identity, none at all.
Yeah, there isn't any identity, is there?
No, not at all, not at all. Bella Koch is doing okay, considering he's been out for a long time.
Yeah, I was thinking that a minute ago, and a few people saying on X that I think he looks a class above any of the other centre-backs that we've had, and he's not played for about a year and a half.
Well, that's it. But, you know, they are struggling. They brought Walker Peters onto the left again, which makes him less effective. Really, just another day at the office, isn't it?
Another goal's coming. Go to him! Brilliant play from Mitoma. The girlfriend's recording that as well. Absolute shambolic stuff from Southampton. It angers me. It's embarrassing as the Saints fans start to leave. The manager's clueless. Sorry, he's clueless. I was saying it. Put Simon Rusk in charge. Honestly. 3 at the back in the Premier League and getting absolutely torn to bits. 70 minutes on the clock, 3-0. There's been a lot of lows this season, but this is right up there. 4-0 down, 83 minutes on the clock, it could be more. The majority of the stadium's empty. The Southampton fans are going home. They've seen enough. Jack Hazelwood scores for Brighton. It's from a corner. Just terrible defending. As Will Smallbones gets nutmegged, Brighton are in again. It's just, the players are throwing the towel in. Heavy metal football. Don't see anything. Don't see any intensity. I see nothing. I see absolutely nothing. It is, I'm lost for words. You're going to get your 5. Right, Matchday Vlog is coming to an end. Thank you, every single one of you, for tuning in. A truly, truly tough day. Some brilliant Brighton fans that we met before. Make sure you go check out Luke. I put all his details in the show notes below. Go give his channel a sub. He's a great content creator, a really nice lad as well. Brilliant. The Brighton fans, got to give them credit. They were really nice before the game. Southampton were terrible. Brighton were really, really good. And I don't think they really got going. I'm back at my dad's now, so I'm going to get some thoughts with him before I head home to edit this video that hopefully you'll be seeing before midnight tonight. It's a long day. I feel tired now, but let's get Dad in. Here he is. Football Dad is here. Going to get some final thoughts on the game today. It was... he rises his eyebrows. We've been talking about it the whole way home. We were hoping for going home with Adam and Joe in the car, but we managed to get the interviews that Adam Blackmore did with even Juric and the one with Matthias Fernandez as well.
Yeah, it was Juric just seems to be at a wit's end with them. He can't get them to play the style of football he wants because they're not good enough.
He's even admitted that, hasn't he?
He's actually admitted that now. And they were dreadful today. In fact, it seems to get worse every game. I can't really give them any compliments at all. Ramsdale probably stopped it from being 10 goals.
Yeah, I said that. I thought that as well.
And it was interesting at the end of the game, only him and Walker-Peters walked right around the ground.
That's a noticeable point, actually. Walker-Peters and Ramsdale, the only two players to circle the pitch at the end. And Carl Walker-Peters walks right around the perimeter of St Mary's.
And credit to him for that. They threw in the towel at the end of the day. They were just dreadful.
After the third one went, the second one probably.
Yeah. I mean, Dibbling really didn't get involved today. He was playing on the left in the first half, and I thought he looked really out of place, and he just wasn't up to it. I don't know what was wrong with him. Whether he's not interested. I thought he was poor. I thought the midfield was flimsy. Playing
always like a guard of honour.
And playing three defenders at the centre halves. It's just ridiculous. The tactics are absolutely ridiculous. We're actually worse now than we were under Russell Martin. At least when Russell Martin was the manager, rightly or wrongly, we had some identity. You know what they were playing. This is just a shambles.
It's concerning, isn't it? This is what Juric said. I've got the tweet up that was posted a little while ago. Juric on Southampton players, whether they're good enough to play the way he wants. He said, obviously not. We have to be honest. They've tried to play one way, and it was bad under Martin. We've now tried to change it, and it's still bad, but it's worse.
Yeah, I mean, I think to be honest, they just as well get rid of him.
Yeah.
Nothing against him. Give Simon Russ the job to the end of the season. Try and stop the damage any further because
playing this high line. They're going to concede so many goals. They play this high line, don't they?
But these professional footballers, they're human beings as well, and it can't be doing their mental health any good. The morale must be rock bottom, and the fans have stuck by them. But to see the Northern empty a quarter of an hour before the end of the game sums out how low it's sunk now. And I kind of think today is almost rock bottom, really.
Yeah, it did feel like rock bottom today.
But it could get even worse.
Yeah, it could get worse. There's Chelsea Tuesday night, Liverpool in a week or so's time. It doesn't get any easier. That was Dad's thoughts on it. I thought, yeah, you were spot on there. Absolutely spot on. Dad will be back on the channel again. We'll probably do something midweek. So stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already. I will do the Chelsea game. I'm not sure if I'm definitely going to go. I'm hopefully going to go to that matchday vlog on that one. And then probably we'll look to do something Thursday. We'll do like a roundup of the last week. See where we are in a few days' time. Thank you every single one of you for tuning in. Smash like the video. Leave your comments in the comments box below as well. Is this the worst time that it's ever been to be a Southampton fan? Kind of feels like it, doesn't it? Maybe that relegation to League One all those years ago, administration, Rupert Lowe. People would talk when you hear Rupert Lowe and you hear Ian Bradford being mentioned today. You know times are really, really bad. But give me all your thoughts, honest reaction in the comments box below. See you again in another matchday vlog.